So what we've got inside the fruit cage is, amongst the weeds, some summer raspberries with a couple of rogue autumn raspberries at this end, and then outside the fruit cage are all autumn raspberries, which are just starting to give some fruit. These ones are put in this year, and so we won't get much in the way of fruit off them, but next year we should get loads. But what they need at the moment is holding up, and so what I'm going to do today is build a trellis and support for the summer raspberries, and I'm probably going to put some in for the autumn ones in the next couple of days. So the first thing we're going to do is take these two bits of wood to start off with for the first support, and we're going to beat them into the ground at either end of this row here. Let's put that right way. We've got 2 rows in, and I'm hoping to put a post at each end of each row and then single cross pieces, so I get away with 3 bits of wire twice up the supports. You'll see how it goes together as it goes along. So that's both stakes in. They're obviously not high enough. So the next thing I'm going to do is put another piece onto both of them. This is free pallet wood. I could have gone and bought some posts, but they're about £6 each and I'm tight. So I'm going to extend these posts with more pallet wood. So that's both posts at the height they're going to be, and I'm now going to put a bracing piece on both of them because the wire will pull them towards each other, so I'm going to brace them outwards so that they don't fall over. So that's my 2 bracing posts in, just bracing pieces to brace the post. Once we've got the cross pieces in, they'll pull in towards each other, brace against that, and it should all be quite sturdy. And this is the other end. You see it's just some screws in the top bit and a screw through that. I've knocked the bottom bit into the ground a little bit. As I say, the wires will pull the 2 posts towards each other, which will brace against those 2 bracing posts. So what I'm now going to do is the same thing all over again on this row, and then we'll fit the cross pieces and the wire. So that's all 4 posts up, all pretty solid now. Let's just take the camera out and have a little look round. So from this end we've now got 4 upright posts braced to the ground, and we're going to put some cross pieces on now, and we might actually be able to fit the odd one more or 2 more plants in here next year, but at the moment I just want to tidy the ones that we've got. So I'll put the cross pieces on next. Just need some shorter screws. So that's all the cross pieces on now. So hopefully you can see how they're starting to come together. They might not look level, but they are level. We've used the spirit level to level them up. And now I'm going to put some wire across, which will pull them in and brace them against the pieces I've got on the bottom. It will pull everything forward to the other one. So I'm going to make a little nick in the top where I'm going to put the wire. And I'm going to put 3 wires across, one in the middle, one at the end and one at the other end, and do that on both lengths, and in a couple of years time when they get even bigger I'll put another cross piece at the top, and then we tie the canes up to the wires, and they shouldn't put as much effort into their stems, they'll put more effort into their fruit. That's the idea. So I'm led to believe. Unfortunately I'm losing the light now, and I've also forgotten to bring my pliers across to bend the wire. So you can see I've made a couple of nicks in the thing for the wire to go around, so I'm going to put the wire in tomorrow and I've got a bit better light. But that's the raspberry supports on the way. I'll just have to repeat the thing outside for the autumn raspberries. These are our summer raspberries. So what we're going to do today is finish off what we started yesterday, which is the raspberry supports for our summer raspberries. So here's not quite where we left it yesterday. I've put a coat of paint on both ends, and I've also put a couple of wires across already. So I'll put another one across in a minute and then put all the rest in. So what we do, if you can see here, we put a nick in the top of the cross member, which is what we put the wire through, and we tidy that end up before we finish off. And then we stretch it as tight as we dare without wishing to pull it all into the middle. I could probably get it tighter, but it doesn't need to be that tight really, because we're just going to attach the longer raspberry canes to it. So we'll just see if we can film attaching a wire. So what we do is we guess how much wire is going to go around, place it into the nick, take it round as tight as we can, and round, bring it up the other side, and twist it round the wire. And what we'll do now is take it across to the other end. So we brought it across to the other end, and I will just pull it tight and take it to the corresponding notch at the other side. Pull it as tight as we can, take it round, you can see it all gets a bit unwieldy, so we'll cut it off. My trusty pliers. Bring it up, and again take it round the wire. It all stays in place. And this is pulling the ends in, so this is now quite strong. So that's all the wires on the bottom support, so we'll just repeat for the top. Hopefully you can see both ends, but you might not be able to. there we are. That's all the upper supports on at this end to tidy up, and all the lower supports on. A couple of those might need tightening up after we put the upper ones on, because it's pulled it in a little bit more and it's much more solid. So all that's left to do, just tightening a couple of them up, is tie up the raspberries to the lower things. They're only up to about here now, but they've only been in a year, and so eventually I'll come up to about here somewhere, and we'll have to put another row of wiring to tie them all up. So these are summer strawberries, so they don't fruit the first year, although this one's decided to. But this growth here will provide us with fruit next year, and then next year we'll get new growth as well, and we'll cut this down at the end of next year, and the new growth for next year will provide us with the following year's strawberries. That's how summer strawberries work. Autumn strawberries, you just cut them all back down about February time, right to the ground. They grow new growth and give you strawberries that year. Let's give you a run around the finished frame. There's wires top and bottom. They don't need to be. Some people have them bar tight, but they don't need to be bar tight, because all they're doing is tying raspberry canes up to them. As long as they're strong enough to withstand the wind and support your raspberries, that's absolutely fine. And so all we've got to do now is tie these up to the frame we've built, and also put in another one outside for the 2 rows of autumn strawberries, what am I talking about? Raspberries that we've got out there. Yeah, so these are summer raspberries, and the ones outside are autumn. They don't need to be in a fruit cage, because in autumn, for some reason, the birds don't eat raspberries. I don't know how to tell, but they don't apparently. They only eat your summer ones. I hope you liked the video. I'll be putting a few more up. I think the next one I'm going to do is building a pond.